May 9th is a very important day that we need to watch closely as a pretty big announcement may be released. I have all the details and what I think you need to be aware of right here in this video, so let's get right into it. Alright, so first off, we're going to be discussing something in this video that I generally do not talk about here on the channel. Every so often I do allude to this in some of my update videos, but for the most part we almost never talk about this topic. But I do think that this is such an important topic right now that I want you to be aware of what is actually going on. Let's cross our fingers that this does not actually impact anybody, but at the end of the day, this is something that is very, very serious, and I want you to be aware of what is actually going on right now. So with that being said, let's jump into this, and we're going to be going down a little bit of a different path in this video, but again, at the end of the day, my duty is to do all the research, to boil it all down into these videos, and make sure that you're getting the latest updates as to what is actually going on and how it may impact us. And again, let's cross our fingers that this does not impact anybody, not only here in the United States, but globally as well. So you'll know what I mean here in just a second. All right, also, full disclosure, I am recording this video late in the evening on May 8th. So, by the way, happy Mother's Day to all of you out there in the community. I hope that you had a really nice and special, fun day today. All right, so with that being said, tomorrow obviously is May 9th, since today is May 8th, but we may be getting something overnight here, as in an announcement. We may be waking up to something in the morning. We will have to see here. All right, so anyway, let me get through the details on this. This pertains to Russia and Ukraine, okay? Like I said, I generally don't talk about it here on the channel, but I want you to be aware of what is actually going on here, and that is my dedication to you, is making sure that you're staying updated with everything going on. All right, so let's talk through the details on this. May 9th is a very big and important day that we need to watch, simply because this is the date that Gladimir Putin has identified as Victory Day, okay? Victory Day. Now here's the thing. Has victory been achieved yet in Ukraine? Depends who you ask, but at this point, it looks like that's probably a no. Again, I'm no expert on this stuff. I'm just letting you know what I'm reading out there based on all the reports and things like that. But based on full victory in that country, I think we can all probably say, if you've been following it at all, again, I don't try to follow it all that much simply because it's honestly just a really sad situation with everything going on. But, of course, with all my research, I do come across a number of headlines each and every day, and I do like to stop in and see kind of what's going on. Anyway, tomorrow, May 9th, is what Gladimir Putin is considering Victory Day. So, we may be hearing some announcements, as in maybe an announcement out of him or somebody else, a high-ranking person, one of his guys or one of his people coming out, possibly declaring all-out war on Ukraine. So again, we could come out and say, well, haven't they already done that? No, they've actually identified this as a special military operation. It is not all-out war yet. So it seems at this point, considering all the damage and everything like that, it'd seem like it would be, but no, it actually has not been considered that quite yet. Now, let me tell you a few other things here because, okay, that's one thing that we could be discussing here, and that's one thing that could be announced, but we'll have to see as well. All right, now here's a couple of things also that I want to show or tell you about. So here's what they're saying. Apparently, there's going to be a Victory Day parade. Now, again, I can't confirm this. I have no clue if there's really going to be or not. This is just what I'm reading. Apparently, there's going to be a Victory Day parade, and the theme is going to be nuclear. Okay, not a good thing either. We never, ever want to see nuclear weapons, otherwise known as atomic bombs, ever used in the history of the world ever again. They're very, very damaging, and honestly, the loss of life is like really, really bad. It's very, very serious, okay? Again, I don't want to scare anybody. I want you to be aware of what is going on. So apparently the theme of this parade is going to be nuclear, and at the same time possibly showing off some massive, massive weapons, okay? Again, not a good thing, okay? But again, they can show them off all they want, just provided it doesn't ever get used against anybody, right? Anyway, just want to leave it at that. Now next, there's a couple other things out there considering and some speculation. Again, just based on some of the reports that I've been reading on this. Some experts on this are saying that if all-out war is declared on Ukraine, that they may be pulling out some tactical, that's the word I'm trying to say, tactical nuclear weapons in Ukraine. Again, not a good situation. We never ever want to see these things deployed or detonated, ever. It's very, very bad, okay? So they may be using some of these tactical weapons in Ukraine going forward because maybe some stalled advances, things like that. So anyway, that is one speculation that could be happening if, this other declaration is actually declared tomorrow or pretty much in a matter of just hours from now, because it's pretty much rolling up, or it is already May 9th in those two countries right now, right? As I record this video, it is already May 9th over there. So it's rolling up early in the morning over there. Honestly, I don't know exactly what time it is, just being real with you. But I do know that it is early in the morning over there. So it just could be potentially a matter of just a couple hours here until we possibly get some kind of announcement. Now, one other thing that I've been seeing as well, I can't confirm this. I don't know if this is actually true or not, but I have been seeing a number of reports here over the last week or so that have said Gladimir Putin was possibly handing over controls and authority to somebody else, like one of his other guys there, while he was going to be out on surgery, or out for surgery. So again, I don't know if that's true or not. Honestly, I'm not there in the country. I have no clue what's going on with him. That is just some of the reports that I've been seeing. So whether we actually see Vladimir Putin tomorrow or not is another question. Honestly, I don't know. We'll have to just wait and see, or if this one of these announcements could be coming out of his kind of like right-hand man, right? The guy that would be taking over control while he's possibly out. So anyway, we'll have to see as far as who may make some kind of announcement, if any kind of announcement is even made. We don't really know. This is just the speculation that is going on. Now, something else that I want to throw out there as well that is possibly kind of a little bit scary, honestly. I'm going to throw this out there. So at the same time, many of us, or you probably have heard about NATO, right? North Atlantic Treaty Organization is what it stands for. And it's basically a collection of about 30 different countries, European countries, United States, a number of different countries that have all come together and basically have this treaty that, they kind of all defend each other, essentially what it comes down to. I don't need to get into all the details, but essentially that's basically what it is. But anyway, so, as a result of this whole situation going on in Ukraine and, between Russia and Ukraine, there's been this discussion about possibly Finland and Sweden also joining NATO. Well, Gladimir Putin doesn't like that idea. He's saying, no, you're not going to do that. Well, these two countries are saying, well, yeah, we want to join NATO. Well, here's what's happened. If they actually submit their applications for joining NATO, the United States has apparently given them security assurances that, hey, we've got your back. If anything happens while you submit your applications to join NATO, then we've got your back. We'll protect you. And again, I didn't read through the security assurances. I'm not really sure what it exactly entails, but to me it sounds, based on the reading that I've done on it, it sounds to me like the United States has basically backed these two countries up, saying, if anything happens, we're right here for you, and we'll kind of be here taking your back in the event something happens. Again, we don't want to be carried into any of these conflicts, right? Again, I don't really know. I don't want to instill my opinions on this, but I'm just simply saying, I think the world is probably a pretty good place if any countries can avoid conflict, right? Again, that's just my stance on the whole thing. That's kind of how I generally operate my life is, let's all come together. We can agree to disagree. That's totally fine. But let's not take it into a big brawl on the streets, right? You know what I'm saying? I mean, we can totally get through life, agreeing to disagree. That's totally fine. No problem with that. We all do it at times. Friends, family members, anybody, it's all fine like that. We can agree to just not be right all the time. That's fine. Not a big deal. But at the same time, we don't need to get into some big brawl in the streets, bringing everybody into it. Not a situation. Anyway, that's how I operate my life. I just feel like it's just totally unnecessary. We don't need to do that. So anyway, long story short is, with those assurances on these two countries, pretty much Putin has basically laid it all out. Hey, if you guys submit your applications for NATO, it's not going to be a pretty situation, okay? So these two countries may be submitting their applications here in a matter of just days or possibly even weeks. So again, that may not be a good thing, because if they submit their applications and the United States has backed them with this security assurance, and all of a sudden the United States is part of NATO, again, we're possibly dragging the whole NATO clan into this whole conflict. You kind of see what I'm saying here? Because there's one thing about the whole NATO thing, or the whole NATO basically agreement, is one of the articles basically says an attack on one is an attack on all. So if one of these countries gets attacked, basically they all have to chip in, right? So anyway, like I said before, this is something I generally do not talk about here on the channel. In fact, I almost never talk about this. Maybe every so often in some of my updates, I'll come in and say, between the two conflicts here, we have oil prices that are spiking, or, tons of grain that are locked up in these countries, and global food supply is going to be hindered because of this and stuff like that. But generally, I don't talk about it as it relates to like the actual conflict. The war or whatever we actually want to call it now over there, things like this. But I feel like this is such an important topic that I wanted to make this dedicated video just to let you know what is actually going on and what we may be hearing out of Vladimir Putin in literally a matter of hours, or maybe one of his right-hand man, right? The guy that may be in control as of right now, if Vladimir Putin is still currently out right now on surgery, as I was reading. Again, I can't confirm if he was actually out or not. I don't know. I just saw multiple reports over the last week or so saying he was possibly going to be out on surgery. So anyway, just want to let you know about this. So it's kind of where we stand as of right now. Let's just hope that, going forward here, the announcement, if anything even comes out of it, let's just cross our fingers at the end of the day that this whole thing can be, worked through at some point. They've had many different peace talks, things like this over the last couple months now, but obviously nothing has really come out of it. So anyway, I just want you to be aware of this. These are things that are really going on right now. I know that we don't talk about this stuff, and generally, I don't want to sit and talk about this. I'm just being real with you. I don't want to sit here and talk about this. But at the end of the day, I think this is such an important topic right now, and considering what may be released tonight, in a matter of a couple hours, May 9th, their time, a couple hours from now, there could be possibly a pretty big announcement here. And again, not an announcement that we are waiting for. Not like, oh, yay, this is a great announcement. No, this is not going to be an oh, yay moment. At least that's my opinion. I don't think it's going to be. But, who knows? I don't really know. I don't think anybody knows at this point. I think, like I said earlier, the speculation right now is possibly somewhat a kind of a, whatever announcement comes out. But I think the world right now is a little bit on pins and needles, kind of waiting, what's this going to mean going forward, right? So anyway, kind of a scary time that we're living in right now. Seriously. Anytime that nuclear is talked about, you kind of want to pay attention, because weapons of mass destruction are very, very bad, okay? I guess, obviously, it depends on who you talk to. Everybody has their own opinions on this, but that's just the fact of the matter, right? They're very, very destructive. So anyway, just want to let you know what's going on out there. Kind of a little bit of a different video here, but at the end of the day, my duty, like I said, is to be here for you, to keep you updated with everything going on. Generally, I like to talk about money, benefits, programs, anything else that I can help you out in a real substantial way to help you get through all this inflation right now. But at the end of the day, we still got to talk about other things right now that also, are very impactful globally as well, right? So anyway, just want to give you this quick update. So anyway, if we hear anything overnight or whatever is announced, I imagine something's going to be announced, whatever it may be, who knows? Let's just hope that it's something possibly peaceful. I don't know. But anyway, I'll give you an update tomorrow and let you know what actually goes on with this. Anything that pops up here over the next couple hours, I'll kind of put it in my little stash pile, and I will update you tomorrow as I get more information. Anyway, have a great night, everybody. Again, happy Mother's Day to those of you in the community. I hope you had a really special day. Really fun time. So anyway, hope you had a nice day. Happy Mother's Day. Thank you so much for being part of the community. I really do appreciate it. I'm here for you in any way that I possibly can be. Please remember that, and please don't ever forget it. Always leave your comments, your questions, and your feedback down below. And again, please enjoy your day. Subscribe down below if you haven't done so yet. I'm here for you, right by your side every single day. That's my dedication. That's my commitment to you. And it's not going anywhere. I will continue to be here just like I always am. So again, thank you so much. Enjoy your day. Subscribe, share the video, and go back and check out any of the other thousands of videos here on the channel. And I'll catch you again tomorrow in the next update. Stay safe out there.